Hey guys, I was thinking because I did the video similar to this pretty much 1 year ago that I would do another one because of course my 3 kids, they've grown since last year, they're eating more, they keep doing that. This YouTube channel is great for me because it makes me think about developing cheaper ways of doing things to show you guys. So it's great. So I mean, since I did this video last year, I've started making my own bread, I've started making my own muesli bars, my own crackers. So there's 3 things there just off the top of my head. Burger buns. I'm pretty much spending the same amount that I was this time last year on our shopping, even though the kids have gotten a bit bigger, prices may have gone up. So I'm just going to show you how I plan it. It is Clint's birthday this coming weekend, so I am planning on making a big chocolate cake, possibly for a video. We'll see how we go with that. I know I'm going to need extra icing sugar, and I know I'm going to need some chocolate for the cake. I put on one piece of paper the things that I need, and sort of on the other side I write down meals that I can make. Now one of the first things I always write down is sausages and beans. Similar to the last video I did, there is always a screw it, I can't be bothered, we're having sausages and beans tonight dinner. 4 tins of beans, that will be ample. And I've got sausages, that's fine. I've got some hash browns. I might get, I quite like the Watties Just Add deviled sausage mix in a can. So I'm going to get some deviled sausage mix, go do some deviled sausages as well. Let's see what I've already got in the freezer. I've actually got a roast in here. I've got a leg of lamb that somebody very kindly gave Clint when they did some work, when he did some work for them. I think there is more than enough lamb on there for more than one dinner. So I'll either do lamb burgers or lamb wraps, depending on my mood on the day. So I'll write that down as well. And I'll just make sure I've got flour to do both. Now we're off the flour. I do need yeast. So I use that for making my bread, and I use it for making my crumpets. Milk. I need some more green top milk. We need our weekly wine fix. 1 bottle of cheap wine a week. So hang on, I've got 4 dinners there at the moment. What else can I do for dinners this week, Aston?
Nachos.
Nachos, you reckon? Aston wants nachos. We could do that. So I will need mince for that.
Or some macaroni.
I'm not going to do macaroni.
Cheese.
We've probably got plenty of cheese to do macaroni cheese. However, people in this house, being the 2 girls, have started getting fussy. They apparently don't like macaroni cheese anymore. Well, self-respecting child does not like macaroni cheese. Actually, Sam's going through a phase. She doesn't like most things at the moment. It's mince. We'll need chili beans, won't be for macaroni.
Yeah. You mean not chili beans for macaroni?
I mean chili beans for nachos. You know what I mean. And nacho chips. Actually, nacho chips. That's one thing I want to learn how to make myself too. That's on my list of things to do. Stand by for next year. So, and we need lettuce. So whenever I do nachos, I make it into sort of kind of like a salady thing as well. I like to veggie things. I've got some yogurt on the go at the moment. I actually use my Greek yogurt that I make instead of sour cream for the nachos. I find it's just got a bit of a nice tang. It's quite a good substitute. Clint reckons it's not quite the same, but you know. So I get some dried soup mix because I supplement my mince with dried soup. Got some lasagna sheets here.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. To do lasagna, I've got some cheese sauce packets.
Mama.
Mince, so we need at least 2 lots of mince.
Do you know how what I had seen before? Casserole.
Casserole. I don't know if I've got any casserole steak. I don't think I do.
Wraps with sausages.
Well, I was going to do that roast lamb one night. So I've got a roast lamb in there, and I was going to do maybe wraps with roast lamb and.
Yeah. But still.
Still with what?
Sausages.
No, not doing sausages and lamb in a wrap. It doesn't work that way.
Oh.
Check, we've still got frozen peas and things like that. When it comes to lunchbox stuff, I like to make as much of that as I can on my own. I did used to buy crackers. I don't buy crackers now anymore. I make crackers. I make all the bread. I put cheap stuff in like popcorn if I've run out of baking. We've got a few spotty bananas at the moment. The kids are averse to eating spotty bananas, so I can make some banana loaf. One of the mums at preschool the other day, she stopped me and she said, "You make me feel like a bad mother." And I said, "Well, what did I do?" And she said, "'Cause Aston had just got a new lunchbox that looked just like one of his best friends." And it was his best friend's mum, you see, and so they wanted to look at the lunchboxes. And she said, "I looked at my son's lunchbox and there was all this pre-packaged supermarket stuff, and there was your lunchbox with all this lovely homemade baking in," and I felt so bad. And that actually kind of makes me feel bad, because it's like, I mean, I don't expect everyone to be able to do what I do. I mean, I'm very lucky that we can get by on a single wage. I do work on an on-call basis at preschool just as they need me. So yeah, I do understand. You do what you got to do to survive, you know, as long as you're feeding your kids, you're doing well. But yeah, this is just what I do. Now, if I come across something that's on a really good special that I haven't written down on my list, I may still get it, because it's something that I could do something with next week. Now, of course, I don't tend to write down unless I need specifically something in the way of fruit and veggies, because the fruit and veggies, I just wait till I'm there. I have a look at what's on special. I've kind of got this personal rule that I try not to spend more than $3 a kilo. So that's just my own personal rule, but you know, you might have your own little rule, because my kids go through tons of fruit. I always get carrots or some kind of veggie that they can have raw in their lunchbox, because I've got my own little rule again when it comes to lunch boxes, that they have at least 2 servings of fruit and 2 servings of veggie every day in their lunchbox. And as long as they eat that, or they at least have it for afternoon tea when they get home, because they don't get afternoon tea if there's stuff left in their lunchbox, I don't get quite so fussy about the likes of Sam not eating her dinner. So, you know, I know that they have had some fruit and veggie, a bit of protein, a bit of carbs, you know, as long as I know they've had that, then hey. What I always do is...
Macaroni cheese.
No, I'm not doing macaroni cheese. What I always do is I scan the freezer and just see, in the fridge, in the pantry, just see if there's anything obvious that is like a half dinner that's just beginning to be made, if you know what I mean. If I've got 1 can of chickpeas. I've got 1 can of tomato soup. Oh no, last night I did a baked bean and hash brown slice, and I've got a bit of that left over. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, because it's not enough for a whole other dinner. But, I don't know, maybe I should just chuck some more baked beans in with it. Could like have it on toast or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could get another can of chickpeas and do some falafel. Do you like falafel? When I do it in wraps?
Yeah.
I like falafel wraps. Have we got cabbage to do coleslaw? I think we do. Yes we do. That should be us about done. As I say, I don't shop specifically for things for lunch boxes because I make it. If I don't buy stuff, I will admit though, we still do have a packet of Oreos. We bought a couple of packets at school for take to school camp with us the other week, and we only used 1 pack. So you know, I'll put the odd Oreo in the lunch boxes, and I'll show a wee clip of everything that I've bought, like I did in my last video. I will do a little montage of all the dinners that I make throughout the week. See how well I stick to what I planned. And I'll also do a little montage of all the school lunch boxes that I've made throughout the week. Okay, just a few things that I forgot to add to the list. Margarine, cheese, white vinegar that I use for cleaning, and toilet cleaner. Right, wish me luck. So there we have the weekly food. That's all going to end up in my children's stomachs. There was a couple of extra things bought, but I think I pretty much got everything I needed. There was a couple of things that were on special that I bought extra of, so that's fine. But yes, so that came to $161.91 to feed 2 adults, 3 kids and 14 chickens. We've got a cat as well. We didn't need cat food this week though, so there we go. I'll do a little montage and I will show you all the school lunches and all the dinners that I make with what you see before you, plus whatever I have in the pantry to start with. Okay, so that wasn't a bad effort. I didn't quite get around to the falafel as planned. I did homemade fish and chips instead because I just ran out of time. I had to work today and yeah, I just didn't have time to make burger buns. Pretty good effort still, I'd say. So feel free to share this video around, hit the like button, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything you want to know, any recipes anyone wants me to try out or anything like that. Hit the subscribe button and I'll do something again next week. Bye.